There we go. Now the live thing's happening. Let me find this out in space on the interwebs. Where am I at? Where am I at? Am I live? It says I'm live. I found me. And now I got to go turn it into a public thing so that y'all can share it. How do I do that? There's a way to do that. Oh no, because I'm in Higher Lead Chill, so I can just share it back to my feed. Boom. Okay. I think if I did it right. Oh yeah, the phone number's in there twice. If you guys are watching, the phone number's in there. We're talking big wins today. If you hear this on the podcast, the phone number is pretty irrelevant, but it's 952-373-1775. You can call it later. It'll startle me because I won't have turned the app off on my phone. And then somebody's going to call me like in the middle of the night and I'll be like, what the hell is this thing going off? So go ahead and call it randomly. Okay. I got to get us live on the radio, Angela. Let's make a radio show. You're not dancing. Is there music playing? Is there no music? Okay. I was just like, oh God, I don't know if the audio's working. It's
Why
not
always have to dance?
Yeah, it's like my only signal that my audio is working. Part of me, I feel like I should be worried that somebody's going to call in and nobody will be able to hear them, right? Or I won't be able to hear them. And I called myself, called my own line, from my cell phone to my computer, but then I also have it open on the app. And so it's just kind of like, and then my phone's like ringing, but it's super confused because it's like, oh, you're calling yourself. And it's like, do you want to end your current call to answer this other call? It's a very circular loop calling yourself on a phone app. But we got the Google phone line up and running. We are live. Darren Gruner's in the house. Darren, did you grab a beer? Is that you got a beer loaded up?
I did, but I'm too ashamed to tell you what kind of beer I'm drinking, so I'm going to hide it.
I guarantee you it's better than the beer I'm drinking because I just got this H2O beer going.
What? I never drink, and I thought I would get on and drink with you.
Well, one of us has to.
You missed. Okay. He's taking a break for the month.
Yeah, this is my annual verify that I'm not an alcoholic. For between Thanksgiving and Christmas, I go dry, and I talked about it a little bit last week. It's very much like a displacement strategy because kind of like vacation. Like when you go on vacation, it's not like, yeah, you're out doing whatever, but you have to get way more done ahead of time. And then you come back and you have way more shit to do when you get back. And so there's no such thing as work vacation. It's just like work displacement. It just gets pushed to either side of the vacation. And that's what me not drinking for a month is I drank a whole shitload to get enough drinks in before not drinking for a month. And then when I'm done, it's like Christmas and ice fishing, and I will catch up very quickly on a month's worth of missed drinking. Believe you me. So it's not that I'm like trying to sober up or anything. I've probably accrued enough drinks to cover me for a month, and I will catch back up in a heartbeat when I'm done. But
you sound like me, really. It might be the cancer. It might be because we're both cancers. I was just, I had in the past 4 weeks, I had 2 bottles of wine and 2 alcohol drinks. This will be the first time I pick up a beer in forever. I just don't want to. I feel like I don't want to drink. Do you feel like sometimes you just don't feel like drinking anymore? I just feel like I don't want to drink.
Oh no, I never have that feeling. I always could go for a drink. Marty was even like giving me a hard time. She's like, you don't feel bad in the morning if you're like stay up late drinking. And I'm like, I mean, there's a point, right? If I'm like slamming straight booze all night, yeah, I'm gonna feel like shit. I kind of did after Thanksgiving because I started drinking when the Packers came on at like 11 a.m. And then I was going IPAs to what did I go? I don't even remember. I think I went IPAs to some like whiskey and Cokes, and then I had some wine, and then I went back to some IPAs and then some Busch Lights and probably another glass of wine. I covered the gauntlet, and we got up at Friday morning at 6 or 7 o'clock. And I was like, yeah, I could feel it. I felt that one. But any other time, if it's just like 12 Busch Lights, nah, I'm like, it's just water. It's just water. I don't know.
IPAs though. And
the IPAs can get you. The IPAs, especially if you bounce around to a couple different genres of alcohol, I feel like that can take a little more of a toll on you. But
I'm the same though. I can bounce right back. You remember that from when we met.
I was just like, how is she standing up? The
next morning, Dane comes into the event thinking he's going to need to help me a little. And I'm like, hello.
Yeah, I didn't think she was going to be there. I was just like, well, I wonder, like, since Angela's kind of running this thing, maybe I just need to like step up and act like I'm Angela. And she was like there ready to go, and she had everything out and organized. I was like, how are you standing this morning? And she was just on it. We must, between like four of us, we drank 72 bottles of wine. Somewhere around 72. I don't know.
I remember doing that when I was younger. When I was a kid, we used to drink. I lived about 45 minutes to an hour from Atlantic City, and we used to drive to Atlantic City at like 1:00 in the morning. We'd pick up a case of beer, me and one other person, and we would drink a case by the time we got down there, and then we would do it on the way back. I'm like, I don't know how I ever did that. I just don't get it.
You're just in good drinking shape. This has actually turned into a drinking show now midday, because I feel like we've gotten into this topic every time, but it is relevant. And I would say in the spirit of big wins, which, by the way, everybody, welcome to Home Service Happy Hour here. Dan Plata here on Turfs Up Radio. We got Darren Grudner in the house. We got Angela Schroeder hanging out. We're talking big wins today. I got a couple right off the bat, which is I'm on day, I think, I need a spreadsheet for this. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So I'm halfway into Wednesday. I'm on day 3.5 of not having to drink. And like, I'm not shitting you. The last day I didn't have a drink was probably years ago. Like, I will have at least a beer a day. There's probably a day that went by where I just didn't because it was inconvenient to have one for some reason, or I just didn't have it. But I'm at least like a 2 beer a day guy. And it's usually work. And then I need like a half hour to an hour to wind down at night to like turn my brain off. And so I usually watch like hunting on TV, because that's like me reading a book. It's stories where I can take my brain and like put myself there. So I'm watching some hunting. I got some pretzels, maybe some mixed nuts, and I'm drinking a couple beers. And I don't know the last day that went by, but actually I can tell you the last day that for sure went by was December 22nd of last year, because December 23rd is when I got back together with my family. And if you show up at a Plata event, there's just going to be shitty light beer, and you're going to not be able to not drink one. So anyway, that's the life I live. But I'm on day 3.5 of not having to drink. And I do think it's funny because like when I'm not drinking, I'm not like craving alcohol. It's not a thing that I like need to have. But I did tell Marty I was making some venison tenderloins the other night and some deer heart, because we shot a deer over the weekend. So that's always like within a day or two after shooting a deer. That is a meal that always happens. You got some tenderloins, you got some deer heart, you got some mashed potatoes, and we had some green beans. And every time I was like, an IPA goes really good with that, or some red wine. And I was just like, I feel like we're missing a fourth part of a meal here. Like there's a certain, there's always the meat and the mashed potatoes and then some vegetable and always some alcoholic beverage with it. It'd be like making tacos and not having a margarita. Blasphemy. But we did it. We made it through.
Hey, by the way, speaking about margaritas, have you ever gone to a place? They have them down here a lot, like all the Mexican places down here. They don't have anybody can get a liquor license, but you pay for, like, it's cheaper to get a beer and wine license than it is to get a liquor license.
I think it's state by state, right?
I don't know. It's weird. Like every state's different. I know that you can't serve. You can't in Pennsylvania. You can't have you can't sell alcohol. But if you're going to sell beer and wine, it's weird. But so we went to the restaurant across the street. Pretty good, actually. The food's good, but we ordered a margarita, and they brought it to us, and it was weird. It wasn't really. It was like in a Coke glass, not in a traditional margarita.
Not the bowl style glass. It was like in a tube.
Yeah, it didn't have an umbrella. I was pissed. Anyway,
did they salt the rim for you, or they cheap you
out?
Cheap you
no,
out?
I don't like the rim salt. I usually tell them not to put the salt up, but it was weird. So I said, and so Renee's looking around for the bar, and she's like, I don't see a bar here. And I said, I bet you they don't have it's not alcohol. They probably made it with wine. So I asked them. They said, did you make this margaritas with tequila? No, we don't sell tequila. They made it out of wine. I'm like, that's lame.
How was it?
I didn't drink it. I wouldn't. I wouldn't drink. She liked it. She thought it was okay.
Yeah, I'd give it a try. Might be the next time I'm like, I don't have any tequila in the house. I just got this white wine and some lime juice. I might be like, fuck it, let's go. We're having a margarita.
The reason why I drink tequila is the reason why I drink margaritas because I like tequila. It's like an up.
Yeah.
You know, they
say great. I'm the same.
Do you feel the same way? Like, do you feel like when you drink tequila, like you kind of wake up a little bit?
Yeah, you get a little energy going. Heck yeah.
There is supposed to be something in it that's different. That is supposed to be an elevation.
I heard that it's not, that it like that's just the way we think it is. But I'm like, how is that possible? If there's so many people feel the same way, there must be something in it.
If it is what you think it is, then you've already convinced yourself that that's the way that it is, and then it's doing its job, right? Like 5-hour energies, they might as well be 0 energies. Maybe they don't work for shit, but because you expect it, maybe it's just all placebo effect. You expect. Drew Larison checking in. Said what's up? Actually said good afternoon. Is a generic Facebook user, but this is Drew. And then he had a comment about the tequila. He says is because of the agave.
I was gonna say, does agave give you a different reaction than regular sugar does, or does it give you that?
I don't know. Sounds cooler.
Is it sugar, or is it like that quick high with the sugar? But don't they have sugar in vodka drinks and stuff like that too?
Yeah, I think that stuff is super high. Actually, no, vodka is not. I don't think vodka is.
Yeah, but there's sugar in the. But if you make a mixed drink,
then you make a mixed drink. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Interesting.
I don't know.
Because of the agave.
I mean, I do like when I'm tired. So this happens if I like take a midday nap, but I need to rally a little bit. It's always a whiskey and Coke for me because that caffeine is a good jolt. Like July 4th when we're out by the lake, but my dad, this happens very regularly when my dad and I are hanging out. What's up, Sean Day, higher lead chill in the house. When Scotty Too Hottie Plata and I are hanging out, there's a really good chance that there's hey everybody, can you guys hear that? Do you hear the ringing? Okay, we're gonna try this. I don't know if you guys can do this.
Here we go.
JC, you there? Can anybody hear him? Can you guys hear him at all?
Muffled a little bit.
You sound like you're a mile away. Yeah, I got you now. You just sound pretty far away. But I think everybody can hear you. I'm seeing hearts on the Facebook screen. I'm hearing you. What's your big win, Jared / formerly known as JC Chinowski? You're officially the first caller.
Things are going really good, Dan. Thanks for asking.
I gotta send you a trophy or something, or what do I do now? I don't even know what do I need?
Yeah, you gotta come up with some sort of Dan box, man.
I'll buy the first beer. That'll be the trophy for being the first caller. I'll buy the first beer. Actually, what's gonna happen is when we get out ice fishing, like we're gonna get there, we're gonna hook up the fish house, and then I'll open the first beer for you because it's usually like a 1 to 2 beer drive out on the ice. So I'll just open the first beer for you while we're like hooking up the fish house.
Dude, when you ask Dan how to get somewhere, it's not how many miles, it's how many beers it takes to get there.
Hey man, thanks for calling in. Way to go. Yeah, Sean was talking, but you didn't know Sean was talking, so you started talking. That's something we got to remember, panelists here. The guests can't hear you guys talk. Well, you could. Hey, if you were listening live on Turfs Up Radio, JC, then you would be able to hear the conversation that we're having. It'd be a little trippy because you'd also be hearing yourself. And so you'd have to reckon with that. You'd have to deal with that.
Yeah, can you guys hear him? I can't hear him.
I can't hear him at all.
Okay. See you, JC. You guys couldn't hear him? I thought you said you could.
No.
I heard the beginning, the hello, the first.
Yeah, like a very short muffled noise, and that was it.
So my other thought was I could answer it on my phone. So basically, he just wanted to be the first caller. That was all he wanted. Now, I think the other way. I was hoping like because I answered it on the computer, like I can hear him in my headphones, and I was thinking just like when I play music, you guys would be able to hear it. But I don't know how any of this stuff works.
This is how I have to do my guess. Bluetooth speaker. So you answer it through a phone that's attached to the Bluetooth speaker, and then set the Bluetooth speaker by your microphone.
I was just gonna do one of these, like here.
You don't do
that works too.
Dan, you don't have a Rodecaster?
No, but I've got a Zoom H6 type of thing, and so like it's playing through there. And I did just turn up the volume on my computer, which maybe the volume was too low on my computer, routing through there to spit it back out to you guys. But JC says, "What's that?" And I owe him the first beer when we go out ice fishing. Back to the alcohol conversation, which is just our late topic of choice. Drew says vodka, whiskey, and other liquors don't have any natural sugar. Tequila has agave in it, which is a natural. Actually, he says how did he natural type of swagger. I love just reading people's typos. It's super fun.
Don't be a hater.
That's it.
Especially when they're alcohol experts.
When you need a real kick, I'm telling you, the whiskey Coke is the way to go. You get the right dose of alcohol. So where I was going with that before JC jumped on to be the first caller that you guys couldn't hear, we'll figure that out. My dad and I like get up to go fishing early. And, of course, we'll have a few beers out in the boat. We call them breakfast beers. And if the fishing's good, there's a lot of breakfast beers to drink. And then by, like, noon, we come back and we eat lunch. And then you're like, now's a great time for a nap. You got a few beers in you. You got some lunch in you. You take a nap, and it's like the week of July 4th. And then when you wake up at 3 or 4 o'clock, you're like, I need a little something to get her going. Whiskey and Coke. It's just pro move. It's pro move. Our boy Jai checking in says, "What's good, guys? What's up, Jai? Jai, we're gonna figure out too, buddy. One of these days, maybe when the show's done, I'm gonna try logging in there and get the code from you. Anyway, what time is it? Is it break time? Probably commercial break time. Let's hit a little commercial break. I want to talk big wins. Anybody that's out there watching, when we get back, don't call in during the commercial break because that'll really distract me and I won't know what to do with it. But let's get some calls after we get back from the commercial break here. I'm going to try doing the audio. Maybe I'll try it on the computer again and see now the volume's kicked up if it works. If that doesn't work, I'll probably hang up on you and have you call back. I'll try it on my phone. We're going to be talking big wins. Sorry, I got distracted. I'm supposed to play some music because we're doing a commercial break. There, can you hear that? Is that working? Something's working around here. Count it. That's a big win. All right, let's hit some commercials. We'll be right back with a little more home service happy hour right here on Turfs Up Radio.
True Fuel is a high-octane fuel precision-engineered for your 2- and 4-cycle equipment. They use the most advanced synthetic lubricants and stabilizers in an ethanol-free fuel, improving performance, protecting your equipment, and saving you time. That means easier startups, smoother idling, and quicker trigger response, plus extended life for all of your equipment. True Fuel is ready to use and easy to store, helping your operations be more efficient and reducing maintenance costs. We at Turfs Up use True Fuel because we know it works and we know it's the best option. Check out TrueFuel50.com to learn more. That's TrueFuel50.com.
You're listening to Turfs Up Radio, the only radio station of its kind dedicated to the green industry. Now you can even ask Alexa to tune you in when you're home.
Are outdated spreadsheets and whiteboard scheduling costing you jobs? Or is a lack of consistency between crews causing your bids to differ from job to job? Or worse, delaying critical invoices and payments? Crew Control offers all-in-one business management solutions fit for every trade. From bidding and scheduling to invoicing and integrating payments, Crew Control provides real-time visibility into your crew's efficiency, whether you're in the field, in the office, or even on vacation. Manage your crews more effectively and improve business performance with Crew Control. Start your free trial today at crewcontrol.com.
From the East Coast to the West Coast and around the world, here's to all the women in the green industry. Turfs Up Radio, your industry, your station.
Well, I assume that the music's playing, but Angela wasn't there, so I don't know. Okay, she's back. We're good. The music's playing. We're back with a little more home service happy hour here on Turfs Up Radio. What's up, everybody? Last week was Thanksgiving week, so of course we were talking about thankfulness stuff. And I feel like a good natural extension of that is big wins. And some of those are probably, some of the same things that we're thankful for. But I want to start getting into some big wins that we're having. We got Angela Schroeder's on. We got Jared Gruner's on, pointing at his damn Eagles thing. John Dave from Higher Than Chill is in the house. So we got panelists with big wins. I was scribbling down some big wins while we were playing commercials, so I had like a list to go to. But more than anything, I want you listeners that are live to call in. The phone number is 952-373-1775. Dial it up partially to guinea pig so I can see if we can get this thing to work through my computer. And if not, I'm just, like I said, I'm going to hang up on you and you're going to have to call back in and I'll try to do it on my phone. But, so it's not a big win. It's like a small win that I have a phone number for people to call in for a live show. It's pretty cool, but we're not really winning yet. It's more like a big tie. It's cool. It's big, but it's not a win yet. It's just a tie. It's not a loss. I wouldn't say we lost it yet, but we'll call it a draw. We'll call it a draw for now until we get somebody that you guys can hear. Anybody got any big wins they want to kick us off with here besides Darren pointing at his Eagles their last couple big comeback? Those were some big comeback wins, some pretty cool wins on the edge of your seat type of wins.
It's like that every week. It's so stressful. I saw a Instagram.
Try being Sean and being a Cleveland Browns fan. I mean, that's awesome.
Listen, I saw a guy on Instagram talking about how bad he felt about the Bills' loss. Like he's a big Bills fan, and he's like, "This sucks." And we always do this. We go down the field. We end up losing the game. Listen, we've all been there, right? We've all been there. I said that to him. I said, "Look, I get it. I feel your pain, man. I mean, I'm an Eagles fan. Now the Browns are worse. I mean, I think the Browns fans actually have it the worst out of all the teams in the world and in the country.
For sure.
Not because they always had they had decent players, always had good players. The thing that really I think that tops that, I think it's all even playing field until this. The Browns left the city, go to Baltimore, then go to the Super Bowl. And then they start to get that's like got to kill you. That's got to kill you.
When you have so many things go wrong that we have titles for those things, literally like The Drive. Elway drives 99 yards on us with like 2 minutes and wins to go to the Super Bowl. All right, that's called The Drive in Cleveland. Everybody in Cleveland knows what that is when you say that. The fumble. Ernest Biner fumbles the ball on the half-yard line. Not getting tackled, it just came out of his hand. Nobody hit him, and they recovered it. That's called the fumble. Yeah, and I can go on and on and on and on about that.
Do you know that Cindy Code's husband, Jeff Fenner? Do you know who he is?
Yeah.
You do know Jeff Fenner?
I don't know him personally, no, but I know I've heard of him.
He's a stat guy for Cleveland when they're playing at home.
Okay.
He's a stat guy. So he talks about it all the time. He's got a lot of funny stories where the players, if like say one of your DB is out there getting ready to sack a quarterback or something, and he just forces them out. They're all yelling at him to make sure they get the sack and whatever. But it's interesting being a stat person. How he's like, Darren, I didn't know how I get involved in all this, but here I am. So
it was a half a sack. That's bullshit. It was 3/4 of a sack, and you know it.
But you're right. Talking about all those Ernest Biner, these are big. Like, you have a lot of big names, huge, amazing Hall of Fame names that came out of Cleveland.
Jim Brown, man. Jim Brown. There's nobody better.
Well, it's fine. I just watched the documentary on Amazon Prime about Barry Sanders and his father. The relationship. You ever see that? I was always a big Sanders fan. Amazing. Yeah. And his father, remember his father His father, when they inducted Barry Sanders into the Hall of Fame, his father got up to announce him, to introduce him, and he said, I'm getting ready to announce the third best running back ever to play the football game. The first one was Jim Brown, because he was always a big Jim Brown fan, and then he said he was the second himself. Never played football. Imagine that.
That's perfect. You know who else? Barry Sanders, and he's right along with Sweetness, with Peyton, Walter Payton, that never got to I don't think he ever got to a Super Bowl. But to watch those two run is just that's just like magic.
Wasn't Peyton on the '85 Bears when they?
He must have been, but they never won a Super Bowl then, I guess.
I don't think
he
they were
had to have been on there.
Was it '85 Bears?
Yeah,
I thought he was I thought he was. Maybe you're right. In the '80s, maybe he was.
I thought he won one in there. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
Packer fan. I'm a Packer fan. Go Pack. Fuck the Bears, as Charlie Barron says.
You're right.
Let's talk wins. We're talking about football losses right now. We're supposed to be talking about big wins. Darren's Eagles big wins. Angela, what you got? What's your big win coming to mind?
Okay, I'm gonna rattle off a few big wins. One, it just was
stacking them up
really quick. I'll be quick with them, but it was an awesome weekend seeing JC not only does Holiday Lights, but has a Holiday Light show, All Is Bright, and that opened on Friday.
What the hell is a Holiday Light show? Like a drive-through thing, or what are you talking about?
It's a walkthrough. So people come, families, and walk through, and it is just amazing. Like, all the posts and stuff on Facebook don't do it justice. It was just magical. He added so much to it this year, and him and his team have been working really hard on it. And it opened on Friday night. So
where do they do it? Do they like rent a place to do it, or do they do it?
Yeah, he partners with this place called Poplar. And so, it was awesome. It's awesome to be there with the girls. We sold light up things, glow with the show. But that was just awesome to see all that hard work. It was the first time, like, for me to get to be a part of it and see his big win and all the people's faces lit up of how incredible it was. So that was super awesome.
Light up.
To be here. A funny second win is JC wanted to do a 48-hour fast, like a really longer complete.
That sounds
fast.
worse. That sounds worse than a month without drinking to me.
After the big weekend and light show, we started that on Sunday. I was a little less enthusiastic than he was, but I'm always all in to do things for our health together. I was
your Facebook posts over those 2 days was funny.
But we survived. I was definitely much more the hangry, angry person. But we did it together and survived, and so that was good. Mental push through.
Do you just feel like your body is eating itself?
What?
I just don't even know.
I thought it was more miserable than him, and I thought he would have a harder time with it. But I was kind of sick the day before, so I hadn't eaten anything.
So you did like a 72-hour fast, basically.
It was a little worse, but it was good. We'll do it again. It was like a power up thing together, like it was good, and it was a good health thing. It definitely was way more mental than physical. So that was a win. We're alive.
So is it like, okay, I did that, never doing that again, or is it like, man, do it again?
I think he's excited about doing another one.
Don't do it when you're out ice fishing.
Stay tuned. Okay, no, absolutely not.
At a different time, because we're gonna need help eating all those damn walleyes that we catch.
Well, and we'll be drinking. Obviously, we're not gonna not drink. And then third win is a huge day for Unique Genius. We launched a brand new division called. We did not go with your name, Dan. You helped me with the names.
Bullshit. Come on. Unreal.
Went with JC's name. New division called Warrior Academy, cultivating growth and unleashing potential.
It doesn't rhyme. That doesn't rhyme.
What was Dan's?
I don't even remember what was mine, Angela.
I don't remember now. Cohort.
The VA support cohort.
Oh yeah. That was Dan's name. But it is a culture. We have an incredible culture of in-person gathering, just amazing things for our VAs. Physical, mental wellness, a bunch of fun social gatherings. They just got off of a regional meetups. a lot of support for skills and advancing their skills in technology and AI. So just a great culture for our VAs. And we wanted to open that up to other people that wanted to adopt their VAs into our program. So we just launched that today. So
That's super cool.
Is that what I'm involved in?
you're getting a VA. So you're a part of the original Unique Genius.
You're in.
Okay.
You're already in. You don't need to like submit a VA to get into the support cohort is what I'm gonna call it. No.
Our VA Joy that you've had set up with us is doing phenomenal.
Well, thank you.
Booyah.
I think I need to respond to her email.
Yes,
Usually
you
it's
need
good,
to respond
usually it's good to
yourself.
communicate. Yeah, usually it's good to communicate. Darren.
Darren is getting matched with a superstar.
Yeah, I'm
Warrior.
I'm getting matched with a superstar. I feel so special. I'm
You
trying
know,
to figure out.
you know who's actually special? Doug Brown checking in.
I love Doug Brown. I got to talk to Doug Brown. Actually, he's going to Mott's next week.
Why don't we do this, Doug? Why don't you call in? Give us a
why don't
call.
you Doug?
Call in because Doug would be a great guinea pig. 952-373-1775. I'm gonna try to answer it. If you're still watching, Doug, give us a shout. Give us a big win. I'm gonna try to answer it on the computer and see if that'll work this time. I don't know why it didn't last time. I don't see why it would be any different this next time either. To be honest with you, but we'll give it one more shot maybe if we get another call here, and then if that sucks again, then I'll just do it on my phone. We'll figure it out. Sean, what you got over there for big wins?
I've got a cool personal one I'll say real quick, and then a business one real quick if we have time before Doug gets on. So we've been trying to get a field for the fast pitch girls high school team in our area. My daughter's on the team. Coach is real cool. I've known him forever. And it's just been a nightmare. I mean, the boys have like this artificial turf, and not to take anything away from them. We're not trying to say take from you and give it to us, but we're trying to get some. So working really hard for months on this, 6-7 months. And I ran into a friend of mine who's an attorney that used to have an office right next to my cleaning business office when I had my cleaning business going. And I just happened to bump into him at the park. I'm at the park. He's there. He's like, "Hey, what's going on?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we're just trying." He goes, "Oh, I was the original member on the board. I got all the grants from the Cleveland Indians, about $70,000. That's how the field got here in the first place, and all this other stuff. Come on over after Thanksgiving. I'll sit down with you. I know DeBazio is the vice president of public relations over there, and this and that and the other. So he's going to help us put some things together, and we get some estimates going out. We're going to actually have a nice field for the team, hopefully by next spring." So it was just one of those things where we're just kind of hitting walls and we're looking for money and help and everything else, but it's slowly like just dragging things, trying to get it together. And all of a sudden, right place, right time, and just was talking to him, and there you go, man. So hopefully it'll work out. We're pumped up about that.
It's just like business. You just got to keep moving. Just don't sit still. Just keep moving. It's out there. It's out there somewhere. Keep
That's
moving.
Exactly right, man. And we are about a half. We're holding the ball tight on the half-yard line right now here in Cleveland, and we got a lot of cool things we're going to be rolling out in about 2 weeks. I've been working like literally day and night on something that we're all pumped up about.
I was actually surprised when I saw you jump on. I was like, "Oh, Sean's like he's in it." Like, I don't know if he's going to join us today.
I'm doing everything I can to get on the show. If I only see Angela on there, because she's always on there, because I'm like, I got to get a third in there. It's a lot easier with 2 for sure. 1 sucks, but like 3 or 4 is ultimate, right?
We got the quad going right now. That's probably why Gregory didn't jump on. He saw Darren was in here, and he's like, "Well, there's 4 people I know. Dan's gonna be piffed if there's 5, so I would just stay out of here."
So that's it. I mean, it's a little early to call that the business one, but there's some really, really cool things going on with it, and we're rolling it out real soon. And we've been dealing with these processes and everything. Just huge web of processes that are getting close to being ironed out, but it's just fallen into place nicely with some things that we're figuring out with platforms and integrations and things that are going to be really, really smooth. We were the first ones to enter the market, and we're going to elevate this big time. And I hope everybody, I think it's going to be good for the whole industry.
I'm pumped for it, man. I had my weekly meeting with business partner Andy Mashur over here, and he and I were talking about it this morning. And I was like, "This is what Andy needs. He needs a system where, like, he wants to manage it internally, but then he tries to bring the whole thing internally, and they just keep dropping the balls because they're not on top of it. They don't have a good system to operate within." And I was like, "Man, you just need the funnels. Like, if you want to manage it and you want your team to manage it, you still need these funnels in the organization of it so that you have something to manage instead of just chaos of applications." And so he and I were talking about it, and I was like, "Man, this is going to save you guys hours a week, hours and hours and hours a week of bad labor falling behind on your recruiting process, which you can't have."
Right.
Like, the one thing in recruiting is it's a speed game, and they're weeks behind on like chasing around applicants until they're like, "Oh shit, we need 10 people," right? And then it's too late to chase those applicants. So I think that they're going to benefit so friggin' much from it. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be really amazing.
Yep. I had, speaking of Andy, one of my wins that I was just scribbling down is he, right before the end of last year, launched a high-rise window cleaning business, which is hard to do in the fall. We're already so busy in the fall, but it was just kind of the timing. We tried to launch it earlier. We had, I think I mentioned it on the show, and Andy and I were going to talk about it. It was just a touchy thing to talk about, but we had a fatality in our business. One of our employees passed away. Not this past summer, but the summer before. And it was like right when we were going to launch High Rise. No, we just didn't launch it. All right. Like, that obviously backed things up quite a bit, for insurance purposes too. Right. Cause we were trying to like renew insurance and stuff like that. And just Andy, like, fighting through all of the things you need to figure out with all of that. And so to bounce back after that kind of year, he got High Rise up and running. We got an awesome guy managing that business, and Andy's kind of helping him grow it. I don't know if I think we're going to hit like 250,000 in year one in that business, which it's not going to make money. Like, a High Rise business kind of needs to be pushing 400 to 500,000 to get over the infrastructure cost of it. And then it starts getting nice and profitable. But Andy, like, got that damn thing off the ground, and he's still running a residential window cleaning business that'll do like 1.05 million, I'll say. And all of the people things that go along with that. And so it's not my win. I mean, it's my win that he's my business partner, but and he got married this summer, and he took like a month-long honeymoon. And so was able to like do that. He and I met this morning. He's like, yeah, I'm not gonna be around for the rest of the week because Kelly and I are going down to Florida, and we're getting on a cruise. And so he's doing great. He's making more money. He's getting the freedom, and he's launching new businesses. And so it's as a business partner, like, that's the win, is you just want your operator to be doing the things they want to do and loving it. And Sean, I could say a lot of the same stuff about you, but it was cool, especially after the hard year Andy had last year with the fatality. I would break down in tears, right? And like, I would see Tyler a couple times a year, and the rest of that crew, it's like you know how it is when it's like your team, and this was like our number 2 guy. I mean, Andy going through that as a human is a pretty challenging thing. And for him to have a good year like he had and doing the things he made happen was pretty cool to see. So that was a big one for me. I take it Doug checked in, and then he had to run out because we didn't get a call from him. Let me I'm gonna hit the commercial break. I got more wins written down here. I'm sure you guys got more wins. We'll see if we get some listeners jumping back on here in the home stretch, and we'll see if we got any wins from there. Maybe you get old Doug will check back in.
I got a couple wins for you.
Wins from him. Well, you're gonna have to wait. You're just gonna have to wait because I gotta play music and play some commercials to support this sweet radio station that we got. So there.
We're going to start the Turfs Up Radio dancers. We need some good choreography. So we'll look to Angela. Angela and Renee can start a little.
I'm out. I tap out on that one. I'm out. No dibs. All right, we'll be back with a little more home service happy hour right here on Turfs Up Radio.
Creating art from darkness. For over 20 years, Cast Lighting has designed and manufactured the world's most durable, energy-efficient, and technically advanced landscape lighting products available at astonishingly affordable prices. Cast offers an all-encompassing line of products with everything you need to get the job done. Cast Landscape, their most durable product, is best-in-class, low-voltage landscape lighting made of solid bronze with integrated and drop-in LED technology. These fixtures are built to endure the most demanding environments. Source Lighting, a new division by Cast, is is your source for professional grand landscape lighting made of durable brass, offering both integrated and drop-in LED technology, and backed by Cast, the world's most durable outdoor lighting. Cast Lighting gives you innovative, state-of-the-art, old-world craftsmanship with tomorrow's technology. Visit their website at cast-lighting.com today. That's cast-lighting.com.
From the East Coast to the West Coast and around the world, no one rocks like Turfs Up Radio. Turfs Up Radio, your industry, your station.
Cress is leading the transition from gas-powered lawn equipment for professional operations with the introduction of the industry's first truly game-changing innovation in battery-powered OPE. With the Cress 8-minute cyber system, professional landscapers can now replace their messy gas-powered equipment without sacrificing performance, power, or runtime. The 8-minute cyber system allows for Cress-made 60-volt batteries to fully charge in 8 minutes or less, just enough time for a water break. Complemented by a full line of equipment benchmarked against gas-powered products, landscapers can finally take charge of their business and make the switch to battery. For more information, visit Cress.com. Visit Cress.com. Having issues with your maintenance schedule? Want better routing and ability to track your vehicles when they leave the shop? Do you want to reduce your liability exposure with your vehicles that are moving billboards on the road? GPS Fleet Consulting uses cloud-based dashcam monitoring and can easily track your vehicle maintenance using real odometer readings. GPS Fleet Consulting can also assist you with live phone support and email support with guaranteed same-day responses. Yes, same-day responses. Stop wondering where your trucks are and start managing your fleet with GPS Fleet Management Systems. For more information, visit gpsfleetconsulting.com. That's gpsfleetconsulting.com.
That almost caught me off guard there. Almost caught me off guard, but I got her. Here we go. Jai's checking back in. Sounding good. Great job, Dan. I don't know if he's saying great job hosting. I can't imagine that's it. So he must be saying like, hey, great job actually getting your technology to work, you big dummy. That's which, hey, yeah, you're right. It is good. I got like 2 or 3 things that I've gotten right so far today. Besides the call-in. I really thought the call-in thing would work. Really thought it would work.
We just need somebody else to call in.
We need one more person to call in. We need one more person to call in. People are shy. Sean's
What's
calling.
What's the phone number?
952-373-1775. Give us a dial. Darren. Here
No, that's not the number.
Yeah, it is. You just typed it in wrong.
Read it again.
952-373-1775.
Phone line's open, folks.
Here we go. He's gonna put himself on mute. We're gonna see how this goes. Here. So I'm gonna answer it. Here he is. There he is. I can hear you loud and clear. Angela and Sean.
No, can't hear.
Not here. Yeah, I mean,
on the radio.
Darren, call in one more time. We're gonna do this the old-fashioned way. Call in one more time. We're just gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
The old-fashioned way, huh?
Yeah, maybe it's the new-fashioned way. Let's do this.
Like a smoke signal? How old-fashioned, man?
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, wow, that picks up a lot of
echo.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
That's not good.
No, that's not good.
Listen, Angela might have something there.
Sure.
That's how I have to do it. I don't have a Roadcaster yet either, although JC really wants us to get one, so it'll probably be in the near future.
Christmas present.
Listen, it's $500-$600. It's not. It doesn't cost a lot of money. It's not thousands and thousands of dollars.
We're gonna try this one. We got a caller. We got a live caller. Let's check this out. Here we go. Let's try it without Darren. Zig, you there?
Yeah, it's my fault.
Can you guys hear? Can you guys hear this one? Talk to me, Zig.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
We can
Can
kind
hear
of.
it, but it's not super loud.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I'm getting inside my car. You should be able to hear me better.
Woo! There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. We
That should
got
be
volume.
better.
We
All
got
right.
volume now. We got volume now.
How's this? This is your first live show?
That's-
Live call-in show?
Well, you're officially. I'm not counting Darren as a live caller because it didn't work. So you're the first. You're the second live caller. The first one that everybody else has been able to hear. So welcome to Home Service. What's the name of our show? Home Service Happy Hour on Turfs Up Radio.
I love the shit show that everything can be sometimes.
Yeah. Hey, we're just making it happen here, dude. We're just going 1,000 miles an hour. We're just making it happen.
Give us a big win. Give us a win.
Yeah, what's your big win besides, or maybe it is dropping 2 huge bucks with the gun in Michigan there,
Two huge bucks and a moose.
and a moose.
No, that's not my huge win. I mean, those are my wins, but I would say keep it business for the listeners today. It's my big win would be that I didn't beat my revenue numbers from last year, which seems like it would not be a win, but the win involved in that is that I met them, I equaled them, and I worked much less in the field and in my business than I did the year before. So I had more time with my family, but was able to still generate the same amount of revenue as I did in the year before. So that, to me, that's a huge win. Didn't meet my goals that I wanted to, but I take that win, that as a win out of it, and I'm just going to crush it again next year.
Oh yeah. Well, and I mean, you got to save plenty of time for hunting and taking the family out hunting. That's big priorities.
and that other pesky job that I have to go to.
Yeah, you do need to literally you do need to literally put out fires.
Yeah, putting out fires and then putting out fires.
Yeah, all of it, both times, all of them. Well, hey,
but I was
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I was able to have some part-time employees this year, which was kind of a big leap for me, and I even towards the end of the year was able to send them out on jobs by themselves, and they didn't screw anything up at all.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it was crazy, and I was just at home waiting for them to screw things up, which is funny because I kind of didn't really take as much. It was nice because I'm like, I'm at home and they're all working, and I'm like, this is great. I get to do stuff with my family, but I sat in my kitchen at my kitchen table staring at my phone waiting for them to call me and tell me what they did. So I don't know.
But hey, just getting comfortable with it, dude. That's a win. That's a win. Generating revenue without you having to go generate the revenue. That's huge.
Yep. Yeah,
huge.
It was awesome.
Way to go. Way to kill bucks. Way to stabilize the business. Way to put resources in place. 2024, baby. Look out.
All right, man. I'll get off the phone for the next caller.
All right. See you, Zig.
Later, man.
That kind of worked. Once his audio cleared up, that worked pretty good.
That's a win.
Yeah. This Darren guy wants to try this again. Hey, Darren, you're live on Turfs Up Radio.
I just wanted to be the next caller.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work super good when you're also live on the show. It doesn't gives a little extra feedback.
Yeah.
There's got to be something though where it's like when it's on my computer, it should play through just the same way that the music does. Like I can hear it. Why wouldn't you guys be able to hear it?
Have a VA figure that out for you, Dano.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It's a good idea.
I feel like I'm trying a new drug that everybody's been trying.
Yeah.
And I'm anxious to get started.
Again?
Yeah. That's what I want. Can I tell you can I slide in one of my big wins? I know you don't want to hear from me, but I just want to slide in one of my big wins.
We do want to hear from you. We do.
Well, first I have to say this. I really wanted to start with Angela, but I better start with Renee because I have to say this. If I'm talking about big wins, I scored the best woman in the world, and I'm getting married in 2024.
Hey, hell yeah!
On the rooftop of the Empire Hotel in New York City. So it's going to be absolutely amazing. I can't wait.
Congrats on that. That's a huge win.
That's a huge win, right?
Did you drug her up to get her to say yes, or how'd you trick her?
Yeah, basically, yeah. But I mean, that's I did the right thing, right, by saying her first, right? That was a bigger win, right?
So that was also a big win. Yeah, good job.
Good pass, man. Good pass.
Third or fourth down the list, that wouldn't have been good. But I am gonna. Especially if I said it over Angela, then I'd be in big trouble. I can't wait. Like talking about your VAs, Sean. I can't wait. I swear to God, it feels like I'm getting ready to start something that could revolutionize the way I do business. Here I am getting ready to. I want to retire in the next couple of years if I could. I'm trying to, but hopefully this will help me make my exit. So I'm really excited about this. So and I have to attribute that to Angela and the courageous mind. You call it something different though.
Unique genius.
The VA, the virtual assistant business is Unique Genius Virtual Assistants because we help people work in their unique genius and delegate the rest.
And then all the VAs have this group that they're part of called the support cohort. It's super cool. I just can't help myself.
That's a bit. So those are two big wins, and just the last. Well, I have a ton of them now that I think you got me started, but I won't go through them all. But Turfs Up Radio, we had a great meeting yesterday. We missed you, Dan Plata, at our Turfs Up Radio meeting. But and Angela had to leave a little early yesterday. But we had a great meeting, and we have some great ideas on what we're going to do to keep this thing moving along. And check in with Hecubus if you haven't yet. If you're a show host, if you're listening, check in with Hecubus and find out all the good things that are happening. But we're really excited about that. Big win yesterday.
It wasn't on my calendar. You just got to know I'm Ron Burgundy, man. If it's on my calendar, I'm going to read it. If it's not there, it's just not happening. I read whatever's on the teleprompter.
I apologize. I'll apologize for Hecubus.
Have your VA add it to my calendar, and then I'm there. That's cool stuff. One of the big wins I wrote down was getting the new show started and getting back on Turfs Up, because that was it's kind of nice to have like a fresh start. But I was like, oh man, like if I go away, do I lose my spot? Do I am I welcome back? And it's just so much fun, and that's what this world's all about, is just having some fun doing business with the people that you like. So that was a big win to get things started back up and fired back up. I also had and I've talked about it a lot, but the business deals between starting Hire Lead Chill with Sean and getting the recruiting business transferred over from Blue Skies, starting Best Damn Bookkeeping, and being able to keep good relationships with my former partners from Blue Skies. The way it all, going through the process sucked, which a lot of hard things do, right? But the way everything turned out is just such a huge win to preserve those relationships and be able to support those guys, be able to support Sean, be able to do my silly ass bookkeeping, beer drinking thing and podcasting thing. Just worked out as good as it could have. Big win. Angela or Sean, I could keep going. Angela or Sean, you guys got any more that you want to?
I said big. My big wins were big wins. They were major big wins, but they were wins of the week. I did a lot of the big wins of the year last week, but Darren, I don't think you were on, and so I will say it again. Being on Dan. How many times can I give Dan credit for my life?
Just keep on. Just keep them coming.
So we said last year, and this is a huge win over the last year. I only met Dan a year ago, in October, and was on Dan's show. And then Russell offered me my own show on Turfs Up Radio. And those two things, meeting Dan, being on this show, and getting my own show, literally completely changed the trajectory of my life. And so huge wins, the opportunities that it opened up. Speaking engagements, met JC. That's the biggest win. I did mention JC as the first win.
Yep.
Wow.
Good job.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did mention him and the show as the first win, but he is beyond a huge blessing in my life. That's my biggest win of the year, is just having an incredible life partner. But that is, of course, thanks to Dan and you, Darren, and literally all the doors that it opened, new connections. And so it's just been a sea of big wins.
We got Doug Brown checking back in here. He says, I'm officially a Hire Lead Chill client. That's this week's big win. Doug, call on in, man. Call 952-373-1775. Any Doug or anybody else, except for Darren, because he's tried a couple times. if you're live on the show, you can't actually call in.
Just trying to help. Just trying to help.
I am a huge fan of figuring things out by just giving them hell. Well, if it doesn't work, that's fine. We'll keep rolling. We're just trying all the different angles here. Right now, it seems like the best angle is my cell phone microphone up to the microphone. Microphone to the microphone. You know what I mean.
Can I do a plug? Can I do a plug on your show?
Hit it.
For the landscape lighting store. You guys want lighting? And by the way, we're now selling mist away systems. If you guys have insect problems on the outside and need that automatic spray, we have mist away systems right on the landscape lighting store. Just go to the landscapelightingstore.com where you get all good products, great warranties, service help, design help with lighting, and all of your insect spray, automatic spray needs. The landscapelightingstore.com. Thank you.
I could even remember that URL. Oh yeah, I'm a huge fan. I coach in the landscape lighting space. I've got 2 coaching groups. Freaking love landscape lighting. That's a cool industry, cool niche. So if you're out there and you're like, I don't know what business to be in, landscape lighting, dude, get it. Get in.
Yeah, you can send me a bunch of the average production revenue that technicians in different industries can produce. And I had to look at that one about 3 different times going, are you kidding me that much?
That was Ryan Lee from Landscape Lighting Secrets. That's the program that I coach in. I shot him a message and I was like, hey, I'm thinking 300,000, but honestly, that feels a little low. From what I see now, like where landscape lighting folks produce a little bit less, or where a technician produces less, is because they have a hard time selling to fill up the schedule enough to keep a steady boat of work a lot of times. Because they're so profitable and they make so much money, they like do a couple jobs and then they like take it easy instead of just keeping on growing the thing. It's hilarious. But somebody that really wants to grow hard, like there's a dude, I think he's out in Pennsylvania. I forget if he's Pittsburgh or Philly area. God, hopefully Pittsburgh, so there's like a Steelers fan around or something. But he's got like a crew of 2 doing $1 million, like $500,000 per guy, and he helps them out a little bit. But so you can have really efficient crews. The average job size is big enough that like a crew can do $5,000 a day. Now in Minneapolis, that's going to be hard to do because you're probably not going to be working for 4 or 5 months out of the year. But in different parts of the country, 300,000 was like a good average where I felt like everybody could hit it. But yeah, when I was putting those numbers together, I was like, man, as you're going down and saying like, what's going to give you my most juice per squeeze? I'd say landscape lighting. And then holiday lights, $75,000 for one technician is pretty reasonable. Like when I math that out, I was like, that's pretty reasonable.
Like a couple months, man.
Yeah, $1,500 a day a technician should be able to do. And I was like, yeah, they can probably do more than that. They can probably do like $2,000 a day, but I'll put it at $1,500 a day. And like 2.5 months, that's $75,000 working like 20 days. So I figured 50 working days, but a lot of times holiday light dudes are working weekend days too. So they could probably produce more than that. And so you're talking $75,000 per technician for 2.5 months. You pair that up with some landscape lighting, boy, you look out. It'd be raining dollars.
It's amazing.
Zig chimed in. He says, I'm going to sell the pressure washing business and get into drone deer recovery. I legit, where was I? I legit saw a sign yesterday or the day before for exactly this service. Oh, no, it was on Sunday. We were driving back from Wisconsin, and it's in this like small town in the middle of nowhere driving through Wisconsin. I believe it was Abbotsford. If y'all been there, it's just like 20 miles west of Meriton is Abbotsford. And sure shit, there's a yard sign there for drone deer recovery. I was like, oh man,
awesome.
Like, apparently blood transfusion's gotten that.
I gotta run. My piano instructor's here. I have to get on the piano and
yeah, you better get to
it. Just wanted to say goodbye. All great, big win. Love you guys.
Big win. Darren Gruner, big win. He's in.
I don't know how to get out of this. I still don't get out of this.
Yeah, that's a small loss, as Darren doesn't know how to sign out of thing. Doug Brown says, I'm trying to get into holiday lighting, but someone who put an offer out there doesn't respond. Might have to talk to Ryan Lee. I don't think Ryan Lee's the guy to talk to about holiday lighting. I would talk to JC.
Talk to Ryan Fox.
I would talk to JC. I'd talk to Ryan Fox. I'd talk to the Clippa guys. Jason Guyman knows his stuff. He's a good dude. Yeah. There's a lot of holiday light dudes. So Doug, if you're serious about it, we can get you with the right holiday light folks to help teach you how to get that going. It is a cool business. It's year one kind of sucks because you don't make any money. By the time you pay employees and pay for all the supplies and pay for the marketing and the infrastructure, you make $0 in year one. But the supplies are 35% of a new job. So in year 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you make that amount of money because you already own those supplies. You have to spend a little more on new clips and maybe some new power cords and whatever else. But year 2 and beyond, it gets to be pretty sweet. I got one more big win, which is I'm still married and we're at like the end of hunting season for the most part. You're
married for the most part?
Yeah,
or hunting season.
Now, like this weekend, I bought a muzzleloader, and it's muzzleloader season in Wisconsin and Minnesota too. But I want to go back and hunt with my dad. And Marty's like extended family put Christmas on this upcoming weekend. They were like, "Oh, instead of doing a Thanksgiving and a Christmas, we'll just do one." And they put it on the first weekend of muzzleloader season. And so, like, apparently, I'm supposed to feel bad that I'm not going to the family Christmas thing. But I'm like, "Hey, look." My family's over there in Wisconsin and it's muzzleloader season. And so I'm going muzzleloading with my old man because we got one more deer we got to get for the freezer. We need one more deer. But so my big win is that I'm going muzzleloading instead of going to family Christmas with my wife's extended family, and I'm not divorced yet. So feels like a win.
It's a win.
Feels
it's
like
sort of like we survived fasting together.
Yeah. Now, in my defense, muzzleloading that weekend has been dictated for like over a year. They have these hunting schedules way out in advance. Somebody was outrageous enough to throw a family Christmas on the first weekend of muzzleloader season. That's not my fault. The muzzleloader season was already there. It's already on the calendar, dictated by the Wisconsin DNR. Minnesota DNR has the same muzzleloading season. I don't know. If just the general public isn't paying attention to when muzzleloader season is, or if they just don't care. Either way, it's their bad, not mine. That's the hill I'm dying on. So I'm gonna go back and kill a big buck or anything.
Damn well better kill something, man. That would
Brown
probably ease the pain a little bit.
Brown is down. Hey, in my defense, Marty and I went hunting. We shot a deer over the weekend, and I got that butchered up. So the meat is in the freezer. Marty's happy with that. Our deer production is good. She's pumped for her venison 365-ish blog and everything that she does about her venison. So she's pumped about having a freezer full of meat. But I got enough room. I could probably fit one more. Actually, I think if I do shoot one more, we're gonna have to buy a 4th chest freezer. But I'm not opposed. We could handle 4.
How many deers are in the freezer? How many deers have you gotten this year?
As Ryan Lee would say, I think I've caught 6 deer. But
caught.
but two, that's what he says. Like, you're out fishing. Like, did you catch them?
Who said that?
Ryan Lee jokes around.
No.
But so anyway, I think I'm at 6. I'm either at 5 or 6, but 2 of them were pretty small, so they both count as like a half, maybe even a 4th. They're the really tender ones. What I get? I got 2 bucks. Shot a doe in Kentucky, but some of that meat went bad. So I've got like 2 bucks, 2 does, and then 2 little ones, 2 tender ones. So equivalent, I'm at like 5. So I probably need one more. We figured we need somewhere between 5 and 6. So we'll see. We'll see if we get another one. I think we can make it through. But I'm also and if you guys make it over ice fishing, you're gonna get a piece of this. This is the first year Ben and I are making jerky. And so a bunch of like the whole muscle, I'm not going to grind it. I'm not grinding it and doing the jerky gun. I'm doing like slicing machine, marinating it, and then dehydrating like real strips of deer butt, and some deer butt jerky. So I've got like steaks set aside for that, but I could probably use one more set of steaks, one more set of butt steaks to get enough jerky, because I feel like 25 pounds of jerky is not gonna last that long. I mean,
Just
like
not, man, and it's hard to stop.
Yeah, maybe we don't do 25 pounds, maybe we do 15 or 20 or something like that, but that's a lot of deer to make that much jerky. So there's no stopping me. I'm just gonna keep dropping them as fast as I can reload that muzzle loader. I have 4 doe tags in one area, so I'll be like, here's some jerky, and then I'll be like, okay, we need more jerky, get another one. So we'll see. But I'm just, again, my big win is that I'm still married all the way, like from September till now. I've been out hunting and I'm not done yet, clearly, and I'm still married. And Marty's, I think, happy with me. Besides when she found out I was contemplating going muzzle loading, and then she was just like, oh, I already know you're going, so we don't even need to have the conversation. And like Sean, like you said, she just said, you better freaking get one. So pressure's on. All right, guys. Oh, I gotta where's my thing? Where's the thing with the sounds? Here we go. There's some sounds. Let's wrap this baby up. I gotta go get Reggie. We gotta go to ninja practice. We gotta go practice being ninjas. You guys know what to do. Work harder and smarter. Go earn some pride. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Sean. Thanks, Darren, who was previously here, for tuning in. Zig, thanks for calling in. JC, thanks for calling in. Doug, where you at, man? Where's my Doug at? Why didn't Doug call in? I thought he was gonna call in for sure. We'll catch you next time, Doug, because the phone line's open. The phone line is open. We'll catch you guys tonight. I got a follow up from your live show, Sean. I got Maynard on tonight. I don't know what we're going to talk about.
Oh,
had a blast with him yesterday, man. Good guy to have on. Real good guy.
He's just running the podcast circuit this week, so I'm going to be catching up with Jonathan
I
Maynard.
got Kempton on next week. I saw Kurt was on with you. Was that today or yesterday, Angela?
yes, he was on. He was on today. Yeah, I did. I was pre-banking some shows, and they all went live.
Yeah, and I have Kurt on like in the week on my show. We should all communicate more about this so that we spread them out more. We're putting these guys through the gauntlet. All right, guys, we'll see you tonight with Maynard. Work smarter and harder and stuff. We'll catch you next time.